You'll see next in the next scene, the black and white is a convention of like a historical past footage, so you can just so tell like straight away that it's used in the past. And the shaky camera, you'll see that it's like goes to the convention of a thriller style, and the audience like not naturally like just shaken up by it already.
The posher house shows money, middle class abuse, and middle class abuse is not often shown in film, it's more working class. We can also see the source of the abuse is the mother, whereas generally in film it's shown as the father.
Yeah. Now breaking the fourth wall, looking straight at the camera, and also matching up to Eva's now a lesbian and like she's totally feminine, and that's not really that's breaking the convention because usually it's not more of the manly in film.
We've seen a pastoral setting here, beautiful river. People probably expect maybe a grungy, dirty setting, but we haven't. We've stuck something a bit more beautiful.
And there's speeded up shots where you can see where she's looking into the camera again, where you can just see that it's probably from a Trainspotting film, and it's just showing her isolation.
Yeah. In the smoking shot, we break the fourth wall to invite the audience into Eva's life. We want them to feel watched by her. She is a stalker. We want them to pick up on that. She's watching the audience, make them feel uncomfortable.
The next thing you see, she meets Ruby for the first time, and it just goes to white, which maybe like contrasts with Eva's dark. Ruby is more the stereotypical girl, which Eva definitely admires. You can see from the contrast of the shoes, exactly. It's like to the down to the last detail. She picks up the book and pays attention to Eva, like it's latching on to what Eva's kindness that she's done to her.
And Eva falls in love with Ruby at this point because she's shown her attention. And also the two women, it's not a man and a woman, which is often shown in film, it's two women.
Here it becomes more surreal, which you can see with the music, it plays off the music, and there's like a slight colour dark in the bath, and you can just tell that this is like, she looks really vulnerable.
It's very surreal.
Yeah, very surreal of the isolation. She's going back to her past, and you can just tell like throughout her whole life, this has been like her life, just pure isolation.
Yeah, it's a flashback technique which is often used in films. The writing in the book in the next scene is a convention often used in maybe music videos and lots of films to show communication to the audience of what the character's thinking, but if they can't speak, because we use music, not speech.
Ruby is next shown in like a sexual way, directly to the audience, that breaks the conventions. She used the camera as a mirror, which is quite a good effect, and it's a bright colour makeup to emphasise the contrast even more.
In the next shot we see them kissing. Again, this is surreal. Is Eva imagining it again? And the main thing we've broken the convention here is that it's in public, and in a lesbian film the theme is often that it's hidden, the homosexuality is hidden, but this is in public, in the open, around people.
Referring back to the bath again, just to go back there, this is like her place, a point of isolation.
Yeah, it's a convention often used in film to refer back to a key point, and the bath for us showed Eva's isolation, and we wanted that to come across the audience. The Emily shot in the next scene, we'll see, it breaks convention. We had basically adopted a pixelation film style which was pioneered by Grant Munro, which is stop motion basically, where somebody pops into the scene and it's kind of a bit odd, a bit surreal, and we just thought we'd add a new element to the film by adopting something that perhaps wasn't a thriller style.
Like the use of the eye and the clock and the shift of the music is the convention of thriller by using speed to signify tension, and like the flood of the real, it also suggests, like the flood of red, it also suggests danger.
The convention of blood here is often used in thrillers for impact. Surrealism is a question of whether is this real, is the blood there, has she slit her wrist, has she killed someone? The question is for the audience to answer.
We can see in the next thing, the sticking up of the pictures that we see, it's a common tool of like a stalker style films, and it's like the use of speed adds like a new element to portray like fantasy nature that she has.
Frantic.
Yeah, frantic.
This also clearly shows the Soviet montage style that we tried to adopt throughout, and there's flashes of many unrelated, unlinked shots that develop a story without a structured narrative that is set with time or speech. It's just random shots.
The lighting is used, you can see it's like very theatrical, yeah, because it's like breaking convention. Like usually lighting's just used to like complement it, but here we used it directly to like make the more spooky and make it more eerie, like more of a like just adding to like the effect of maybe her emotion.
We break the fourth wall again with Eva looking at the camera, but this is maybe a method of metafiction. We give the audience an insight into Eva's madness directly to the camera.
The fast couple of lips, like themes of the audience, the breaking convention. It's not naturalistic, and it's also used in films like Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
That shot there was almost a home video when they were looking into the camera. That's not often used in thrillers. And the swish pan turn of the camera where we turn around to find Eva dancing alone is also a convention not used in thrillers, and it throws the audience off a little bit. It adds more to the end of the impact of the end piece where we find out she's alone.
Yeah, the silent credits at the end are a convention used to like give the feeling of like an eerie feeling of the audience, like make them like stop and think about what's just happened.
Basically, the main use of breaking conventions that we used was the Soviet montage theme, which is really rare. You know, it was pioneered in Russia, but it's been brought into the West slightly more recently. But we decided to use that as our main theme in our film. We also break the fourth wall. It invites the audience into Eva's world.
We thought this was very effective.
Yeah,
That's why we kept recurring and using it especially.
And it's not a convention often used in psychological thrillers or in any film. It's kind of different, and it added a new sort of type of genre to our film.
We thought, gave it definite edge.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.